Hey everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is the return of Granblue Fantasy Versus. I'm pretty sure I've only done this once before, maybe twice. I'll look it up after this. I never look at stuff up before. We're going to be listening to two songs. We have Enlightener, parentheses it says versus Uno and Onre. And then we have Colossus, in parentheses versus Colossus Omega, from the channel Zerom. And I looked it up because I was curious, and apparently Yasunori Nishiki composed this first one, Enlightener. That's cool. I had no idea he was even part of Granblue. I know him from Octopath, so that's pretty cool. These are requested by Extra-kun and Veggie Kusan. Okay, so let's get into this while I look up. So so my assumption is this is I'm pretty sure it's a fighting game inspired game from Granblue. So, and I think there's already like a new version of this game. So, anyways, we're gonna start off with Enlightener versus Uno and Onre from Yasunori Nishiki. Let's go. While I look up if I've done any videos for it. I feel like I've done one. Oh yeah, I did. It was a really sick song from Cagliostro half a year ago. That song was sick. I don't know who composed that song though. So this is my second time hearing this game. Little tribal sounding. The drums are like really good sounding. And the guitars. A little dual right there. Actually, yeah, the guitars sound really good. Very clear. Ooh. A lot of mood changes with the percussion staying kind of consistent throughout the whole thing. I don't think the song is going to have like a chorus, or it might have a guitar solo though, but it seems to be kind of it seems to be kind of in a constant energy. You guys hear it? I hear it. That was cool, actually. Flutes, chants. Oh, the bass is so cool. It's hard to hear, though. Dude, the bass is amazing. Nope, solo. We have like a little bass drop right here. Kind of unexpected again. It's like 4 genres. Oh, there was 2 of them there. Let me look at more info about this game. I like how the flutes just kind of come out of nowhere. They don't come in like right on the next measure. It's just like seems kind of sporadic. Yeah, this is a fighting game. Okay, I had to make sure. It's a gorgeous looking game too. Well, I'm a huge fan of fighting game music. I've always been a big advocate on it. Some of the best music, in my opinion, comes from the genre. And for multiple reasons. The variety, you can have so many sub-menus and places music could be. It could be music in the menus. It could be music in the sub-menu. It could be story mode versus character themes, stage themes. You know, there's a lot of room to just do stuff musically. Now, what's the I think this is gonna just haunt me for the rest of my life. I always confuse these 2 games together, and that's Genshin and Granblue. I don't know why. I think it's just a G, to be honest. And I think Genshin also has like spin-offs, so it also kind of confuses me. So what I don't remember exactly what Granblue Fantasy is, but I know it's popular. And I know people have told me multiple times, and I could just look it up. But for now, we're going to talk about just like the fighting game spin-off, which is cool. I think even Persona did that too, right? There's a Persona Versus. I forget what it's called. I'm not sure how involved Yasunori Nishiki was in the Granblue, or if there's like a main composer in Granblue. Because I know he's the main composer in Octopath Traveler, and that's kind of where he made I don't know if he made his mark, but you know, that was, I think what I'm told is like that was like his first solo big project. And I was listening for hints of, or like traces of him here, and yeah, it sounds like him. But also, I think one thing that really sets him apart is attention to detail. Everything sounds perfect, mixed perfectly. The volumes of everything except the bass in this one, which is kind of a shame. But like, there's a lot of production value, and I don't know, it's something I can't ignore. Like, everything sounded so professionally done, you know? And this one is a little vague because in parentheses it says versus Uno/Henri or Henry. So I would assume it's a character theme, but also it could be a specific like sub boss or like a boss character, I guess, too, because it was a 5-minute song and there were loops, but I don't know actually if it looped. Maybe that was the whole song. There was times where it felt like it was looping around, but that felt like more of like an important song. So I'm guessing this is more sub boss or boss territory. Really cool though, like the whole like nature thing. Sounded like we were outside with the flutes and the chanting and the kind of tribal beat the whole time. The percussion was amazing. It never really changed. Like, the energy of the drums were there almost 95% of the time, and every now and then it dropped out to kind of let it breathe. The bass was really cool, and unfortunately, yet again, for some reason, it was turned down kind of low. And it's a shame though, because there's like a full-on bass solo in that. There was just a bunch of lead notes on the bass, and they're hard to hear. Because it's not really it's not a bass sound where it's like a low tone or a rumble. It's like a lead, so the notes are really high up on the fretboard, and you can kind of distinguish it, but it's hard to hear, unfortunately. But the song was just really cool. I don't know. It's a really good second impression because the first time was that Cagliostro song, and that song blew me away. So, yeah, Granblue Fantasy versus. There's still another song. That was sick though. That was catchy. I feel like that's a good song to just have on for like a really long remix, like a 20-minute remix, just to do like homework and stuff. It has a cool pacing to it. It's a little intense, but it's got a calm to it. Now this one is not Yasunori Nishiki. I forgot who this was. You guys can look it up on. I closed the tab already. Sorry. It's just the site I always use is VGMDB. But this is not Nishiki. I think there was like three or four composers on this. So this is Colossus, and it's versus Colossus Omega. Again, I'm going to assume this is like a sub boss or main boss. This one's a little longer, 6 minutes. All right, let's see what versus Colossus Omega sounds like. Ooh. Cool guitar stuff already. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if this is... I should look this up, but I wonder if this is Stella Magna. They've reached out to me before. I don't know if it's them though. But I know they've done a lot of work with Granblue. So I'm guessing there's gonna be vocals here. It's sick. Not a lot of vocals, but Domination. Oh, that's like badass sounding. Is this Stella Magna? I think it's time to pull up the VGMDB again. What's it called? Colossus? So 80s. No, not really, actually. This is cool. It is. It's right here. I'll explain it later. I have it pulled up. I totally forgot about them, but yeah. The singer, I think, has watched my channel before. They tweeted at me. Kind of reminds me of like modern Guilty Gear and stuff. And it's a fighting game too, so. I really like this logo. It's so clean. Got like weapons in there, and the font's cool. The G looks beautiful. I'm guessing this has to be a boss. It sounds a little more important than just your generic character theme. Obviously something that's named the Colossus Omega. It's got to be pretty important. Oh, okay, I remember some stuff now I've heard. The Silver Wings song. Let's just look up what Granblue Fantasy looks like. This game looks beautiful though. Versus... There's so much whammy bar going on. It looks kind of open world. Is it like an RPG? JRPG. Oh, it's a mobile game. Nobuo Matsu's in this game. What is this game? It's so... Seems like a big collaboration. It's an MMO. Oh god, I'm so confused. Is it a mobile MMO? It seems like they got some big names. Yoshinori Nishiki, Nobuo, Stella Magna. Psy Games. What else is Psy Games doing? I'll let you guys answer these questions. The most power of power metal. Apparently the vocalist is named Stevie from Magnum, 44 Magnum. If you ever wonder what power chords sound like, there you go. This whole song has been power chords. Guessing it's gonna fade out? Or just end suddenly? 5 seconds left. Nice. Kind of a very sudden fade out, but... Okay, so I looked up the VGMDB and it says the music is from Tsutomu Narita, the other composer. And lyrics from Tetsuya Fukuhara from Psy Games. Vocals Stevie from 44 Magnum and performed by Stella Magna. Now, I'm going to assume that Stella Magna's vocalist's name... No. Well, who knows, actually. Maybe it's a... It sounds like there's a whole lot of collaboration here. At first, I was going to say maybe Stevie's the vocalist for Stella Magna, but now I don't know. Maybe it's like guest Stella Magna and with also guest singer Stevie. I don't know. Stevie in all caps, by the way. Okay. Yeah, so this one is definitely like... It's coming back to me slowly. You know, I've done a lot of his games on this channel, and I was like, what is Granblue? I've had some big ones from it. Like, I know Silver Wings... I think it was called Silver Wings. Whatever. I've done a handful of them, and they all I think they seem to have more of a kind of power metal late '80s vibe to them. I don't know if there's like if they deviate too much beyond that, but it's coming back to me slowly, right? Like if you didn't know, like if this is your first video watching, you know, there's sometimes months, sometimes a year or more in between me checking out a game again. So in this case, the last time was this game. That was 6 months ago. But before that, I don't know. I don't even know if it was, I'm guessing the original Granblue. But there seems to be like a big deal as far as collaborative effort with Psy Games. I see Nobuo, I see Nishiki, I see Stella Magna, I see a bunch here. And I feel like Tsutomu Narita, I feel like I've seen that name before. Let me know if I've done anything from them or something. So this seems to be just from skimming. Like I didn't look up much. The wiki says basically mobile from 2014. That's 10 years old. And ooh, he's also worked with. So it says right here the game reunites Nobuo Matsu and art director Hideo Minaba, where they worked on Final Fantasy V, 6, 9, and Lost Odyssey. Interesting. Very interesting. And then from there they have the fighting game, and then I think they have another fighting game called Relink. So this series of Granblue is a big deal, and it's doing well apparently. I don't know the MMO world at all. I don't know the mobile game world at all. So no idea context-wise, but if it is just a straight up one-on-one versus, or actually I don't know, it doesn't matter if it's one-on-one, it could be teams, but just like a fighting game, then I would have to assume both of those songs were just mini bosses or main bosses, because they didn't really have, when it comes to fighting game music, it's really kind of straightforward as far as loops. You know, the rounds are anywhere from a minute to maybe 2 minutes, usually a minute. And sometimes like on round 3, it might change dynamically. So there's some looping involved. They're not really overly complex. But when both of these are in their 5 or 6 minute range without any loops, and it's more like a song, that tells me it's kind of a big deal. And maybe you don't even hear the whole thing. You might only hear like a fraction of that song. Kind of a bummer, but that's how it is in fighting games. So I don't know if this game is still active. If you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if the community's still playing it. And I don't know, it eludes me. It's really cool music. But I'm more intrigued by the developers and how it came to be. Why is it such a big deal? How did it become a big deal? And just stuff like that. I guess it just seems really interesting how all these names show up, and it's still going. I don't know what the latest one is. I can look it up. You guys haven't noticed, I never look up anything. Fantasy versus PS4. There's a Rising 2? Wait, so versus Rising? I'm guessing that's gonna be like... Oh no, it's a new game from 2020. I don't know, man. See, I'm saying, this is how I get confused with like all these things. But anyways, very cool. Both songs really cool. I love fighting game music. And first one caught me by surprise because I know that I like Octopath sound. And this one was just like a total like power metal hit. With a lot of emphasis on the whammy bar when the guitar solo. So that whole solo, if you ever wondered what a whammy bar is, that's what it is. That sound of manipulating the tone with just this arm on the strings. So yeah, really cool stuff. And if you haven't checked it out, check out the other song I did from this game called Cagliostro Steam, which I loved. Okay, thank you Extra Coon and Veggie Kuson for the request. Thank you to my Platinum members. I couldn't be here without them. Thank you to my Platinum members. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Later.